Go to overcomecompulsivehoarding.co.uk/online therapy to get 20% off your first month of cognitive behavioural therapy, with weekly sessions online with a therapist, in addition to worksheets, a journal, meditation and yoga videos, and unlimited messaging. There's strong evidence that CBT can help people who hoard, and accessing therapy online can be affordable and accessible. Find out more and get your discount at overcomecompulsivehoarding.co.uk/online therapy.
A lot can happen in 3 years, like a chatbot may be your new best friend. But what won't change? Needing health insurance. United Healthcare Tri-Term Medical Plans, underwritten by Golden Rule Insurance Company, offer flexible, budget-friendly coverage that lasts nearly 3 years in some states. Learn more at uh1.com. A lot can happen in the next 3 years. Like a chatbot may be your new best friend. But what won't change? Needing health insurance. United Healthcare Tri-Term Medical Plans are available for these changing times. Underwritten by Golden Rule Insurance Company, they offer budget-friendly, flexible coverage for people who are in between jobs or missed open enrollment. The plans last nearly 3 years in some states, with access to a nationwide network of doctors and hospitals. So for whatever tomorrow brings, United Healthcare Tri-Term Medical Plans may be for you. Learn more at uh1.com.
Think of all the sleep hacks you've ever heard. You could spend years trying them all, or you could instantly transform your sleep with Boll & Branch. They make the softest, most breathable bedding you'll ever feel. And it's all 20% off. That's their best sale of the entire season. Millions of sleepers love their buttery soft sheets, airy blankets, cloud-like duvets, and so much more. And you can try all of them for 20% off with promo code BUTTERY20. So hurry to bollandbranch.com today. That's BOLL and branch.com. See site for details.
Welcome to the Overcome Compulsive Hoarding with That Hoarder podcast. I am drowning in stuff and trying to find a way out. Listen as I explore the issues and delve deep as somebody profoundly affected by hoarding disorder. Find out more, including links to subscribe to the podcast, at overcomecompulsivehoarding.co.uk, and follow me on Twitter at That Hoarder, and on Facebook at facebook.com/That Hoarder. So, I hate the word hoarding. I hate the word hoarder. I resist saying them unless I absolutely have to. And this podcast and the website are kind of forcing me into getting used to those words, and I suspect that's a good thing. But they are difficult words. It's a very, very stigmatised thing. If we look back to when COVID first hit the West and everybody went and bought all the toilet paper, the headlines were all about toilet paper hoarders, and these were selfish people who were taking up resources that other people needed. If we look at those awful TV programmes about hoarders, these are people whose desperation is exploited for entertainment purposes, and as a result of those TV programmes, more people have heard about the problem, but it's not reduced the stigma in any way. If anything, those shows increase the stigma. And if ever a hoarder is in the news, it's never in a good way. I remember a few years ago there was a woman whose child died and she didn't inform anyone and just kept this baby's body in the flat. And it was a very hoarded flat or house, I don't know. And somebody eventually realised something was wrong and went in, and they found that she lived in squalor, that was the word that was used, and that there was a dead baby. And I remember at the time thinking, God, well, I already thought I couldn't tell anyone that this is how I live, but now they're going to think I've got dead children secreted around the place. There's never good news associated with the words hoarder or hoarding. It's no wonder that those of us who experience it keep quiet. It's no wonder that we tell nobody. And if we're going to have a society where people feel able to ask for help, where people feel able to discuss that this is a problem they face, we need to work a lot harder on stopping making jokes about hoarding, stopping making jokes about hoarders. It's becoming rightfully socially unacceptable to say, oh, I'm so OCD, when you just mean that you're tidy. And equally, it should become socially acceptable to say, oh, I'm such a hoarder, when you mean that you just bought your third pair of jeans. It's a serious condition. It's a condition that is very difficult to resolve, and it's a condition that those of us who have it keep a secret because we know that other people think we're disgusting, we're lazy, we're irresponsible, and we don't need other people to think those things about us because we already think them about ourselves. We don't need any additional fuel for the fire of self-hatred. Stop joking about hoarding. Stop joking about hoarders. And like with the progress we've made with the general public now having a much better understanding of things like depression and anxiety, we need to work hard so that the general public starts to have a much better and less stigmatised understanding of compulsive hoarding. Thank you for listening to the Overcome Compulsive Hoarding podcast. You can find more online at overcomecompulsivehoarding.co.uk. You can find me on Twitter at That Hoarder and on Facebook at Overcome Compulsive Hoarding with That Hoarder. To find out more about how you can support this podcast and the overall project, go to overcomecompulsivehoarding.co.uk/support and do subscribe to this podcast so you make sure you don't miss any future episodes.
Now on Broadway, An Enemy of the People is a New York Times Critics' Pick. Jeremy Strong is one of the great actors of his generation, hails the Chicago Tribune. In a performance the Wall Street Journal praises as powerfully affecting and bitterly funny. Michael Imperioli sets off sparks, cheers the Hollywood Reporter. Victoria Pedretti is luminous, raves variety. From director Sam Gold and playwright Amy Herzog, An Enemy of the People is urgent, electrifying, and haunting, declares USA Today. An Enemy of the People, on Broadway through June 16th only.
Hey everyone, Craig Robinson here. I want you to check out the Ways to Win podcast, brought to you by Ford and the new 2024 Ford F-150 truck. On Ways to Win, Coach Cal and I will discuss leadership lessons we've learned. We know all about the days spent perfecting your craft outside of the limelight and have knowledge to share about how strength, inspiration, encouragement, and adaptability are the key ingredients to drive toward your dreams. And those same ingredients can be found in the new 2024 Ford F-150 truck. So check out my podcast, Ways to Win, and also check out the new 2024 Ford F-150 truck. Learn more at Ford.com. Built Ford tough, built Ford proud.